It'll be vulnerable tonight.
45 minutes.
Because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Being vulnerable. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Ain't it?
Yeah. Hey, Terica, what's
Hey,
up? What's
Terica.
up?
How you doing, sis? Hope you
Yeah.
doing good. Yeah, peace to you. We should have known you was gonna be on here. Like, you just be like, bam. I'm like, Terica needs to be the moderator or something, because she be on point.
Yeah.
Sending you good vibes, good vibes, good
Yeah.
vibes. I hope that this meets y'all in a good place right now. And this is definitely a sacrifice of love. Peace, peace,
What's up, Day Day?
peace. Hey,
Widow
Day Day. Hey,
gang.
Nakia, Denise. Peace to you, a nickel. That's cute.
Yeah.
Peace. Hey, y'all.
I think that's good.
How y'all doing? Remnants Gathering, aka Weirdo Gang. Gang, gang.
Y'all know we getting it together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get together. Our little one is in the back right now. She's not asleep. She needs to be, but she not. So hopefully we can get through this pretty smoothly tonight. We ready. It's on now. We ready.
What you said?
It's on now. We ready. I know we ready
you
too.
love our glasses.
Oh, thank you. I
Thank
can't wait
you.
to see what's gonna come up. I'm so excited for what's gonna come up. So I know it's gonna be stuff that's kind of gonna take us out of our comfort zone tonight. I do know that for sure. So I'm gonna use probably 2 decks if I feel led. So before we get any further, let's just put a sacred circle around us of protection from no interference. A sacred circle around us that protects us, allows us to receive the messages and light codes that our soul needs to ascend and to grow and to be spiritually transformed, to transmutate, to complete the mission, the purpose that we were given in life, that we align ourselves with source, the creator of all things, that we be in alignment and in vibration, vibrating at the speed of creation, allowing the portal, the energy, and allowing the acceptance of that portal opening and accepting us to be able to come through this planetary alignment and come out on the other side as our higher selves.
Yes.
So maybe not your highest self, but higher selves. So we just align ourselves to call on our guides, our ancestors, our angels, our guardian angels, the archangels, to just ground this space, that we can be vulnerable, that we can be transparent, allow this reading to tap into the collective energy of those who are watching this, to allow me to receive just deep core needs to be communicated and met, so that we can walk fully into the light code activation and all of the very beautiful things being offered to us and the possibilities right now. All right, Ashe. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna let Ernest, before I get started, I want y'all to get an overview of what we got. We posted the link in the detail portion of this, so I highly recommend. It's an old article, but it's the best, most accurate information that I have been able to find when I was looking for it. So Ernest is gonna read over something, so the better we can grasp what's happening with the alignment, because we're not astrologers,
Right.
but I just read energy. And so you are able to access more the more you know, which is why the tree of knowledge, right, became an issue. So the tree of being able to know good from evil became an issue, where the tree that would have allowed them to be that way eternally was blocked by an angel with a flaming sword. So that's how powerful knowing and information is, that it can actually break you out of a matrix, that an ascended master, what we would call a lord of time, has encapsulated souls within to feed off our energy.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
let's get into this and
Well,
hope it'll be good.
yeah, y'all bear with us for a moment, because it's a little lengthy, but that's the reason why the description and link of this particular article
Yeah.
is attached to the description. It's entitled "A Close Encounter of the Egyptian Sirius 8888." So, through the history of human evolution, the Syrian masters have descended to teach us the process of ascension, the science of ascension, the technology of the 33rd degree of ascension. The last of who walked in form amongst us were in the early period of the Egyptian pharaohs, with Thoth and the god of Kim, which is the name of Egypt, who introduced writing along with his partner Shishada, who introduced language, as well as the medium of measurement and mathematics necessary for the construction of the pyramid sacred holographic geometry, followed by the hugely famous Akhenaten and his much oblivious, mysterious second wife, Kia, whose name and sign was obliterated by the demonic energy of Nefertiti.
That's their words, not ours. Because everybody got
Different.
angel and demon in them.
That's
light
right.
and dark.
That's right. This last famous pharaoh introduced the principle of oneness and one God and the worship of the sun god Aton, who is the I am presence of the great central sun. He introduced and popularized the emblem of Sirius, the Ankh. Ankh is the gematria symbol of the infinity consciousness of the creator, God of all that is. And at present, the Syrian master teachers are telling us that the golden frequency of Ray 2 from the Ra is here for us to raise the vibration of our physical body to the light body of multi-dimensionality, whereby we are then ready to nullify our original blueprint of duality forever and enter the monadic blueprint of unity. It is then at this stage of advancement that we can ingest the qualities of the blue ray 1 and anchor the Creator's light in all its purity upon our radiant earth infinitely. So what makes this 888 so important over others? This time over, as Cecilia Finn has very adeptly revealed, the constellation of Leo no longer aligns with the rising sun, as that time has now passed. But the energy of the lion is what is important at this vortex. The lion's gateway portal is therefore so important for us, as we must now recognize the Sphinx, accept its energies, anchor and integrate them well into our bodies, activating our DNA and lifting us into our golden solar diamond light bodies. Through the integration of the lion consciousness. It is not just the Christ consciousness of the 33rd degree anymore, but the lion consciousness of the 144th degree.
That sounds great.
Sound
Wow.
familiar? Now, when a resident of Sirius has peaked 13 million, remember 1 plus 3 equals Earth's number, which is 4, years of maturity in Sirius, he has the option to descend into the lower dimensional planet Earth for 30,000 years. 4 plus 3 equals 7, the number of Sirius, before returning home. Earth then serves as his testing ground to observe the 33 application or the 33rd application of the wisdom he has acquired on Sirius for 13 million years. You may wonder why millions of years growth is required to descend upon Earth. Well, remember, this is a planet of great suffering, torture, misery, greed, deceit, pain, and ugliness, and to such inconceivable depths and magnitude that it could easily, through the blink of an eyelid, impel any God-loving man into becoming an instant murderer or criminal capable of slaughter, butchery, and criminal behavior of the most monstrous and unimaginable heights. This is indeed a planet of mammoth sorrow and intolerable torture that compels the enlistment of only heroic souls with courage and valor who, despite all odds, would be able to recognize the illusion the delusion of duality and not be swallowed up, absorbed, or consumed by its temptations. Instead, learn through the trial and error to experience them objectively enough to be able to conquer them, overcome them, and be freed from them in order to return home successfully. Souls that fail to maintain this mastery within the stipulated period are then removed or exiled from Earth and sent onto tougher planets, farther away for 1,000,000 years more. Therefore, the 13 million years are an important investment for preparation of this journey into what we would term as absolute hell for sure. These 1,000,000 years are spent in measured examinations, painstaking study, development of abilities toward good judgment, analytical intelligence, discriminatory and differentiation powers, in addition to attaining refined clarity, self-control of one's senses, and discipline of perfection and mastery. This training, if accurately attained, can therefore help the soul to withstand many and unexpected challenge that could otherwise surely prove to be fatal to the very texture and fabric of any man's sensibilities, especially when faced head-on by the searing mouth of the serpent's ensnare. Moreover, the advice rendered by the High Council of Sirius to their citizens before their descent to Earth quite elegantly summarizes the challenge before them. Pay attention, but observe with detachment what goes around you. Be centered, stilling the lower emotions. Be wary, and look carefully about you, turning your focus away from the horror and towards beauty, love, and the miracles that surround you in every moment of your life on earth. And so, in this way, many million souls from Sirius departed from higher seats of wisdom and love energy onto lesser and denser energy fields of the tricky planet. However, Sirius was not the only planet that sent its tribe to inhabit Earth. Many other planets and planetary systems too participated in this extraordinary game plan of extreme passion and excitement, laced with the treacherous and deceitful maze known as duality, riding the wave of forgetfulness of all that is. Again, this article was written by Sanjita Handa, and we got the link to it. You can read it in its entirety. It's way longer than that. But you can read it in its entirety and get a better understanding.
So what stood out about all that? Ain't that some good information? Yeah, I'm doing a live reading. Peace to you, Maurice. So this Lionsgate portal, all of us have to realize, oh, you're welcome. All of us have to realize I may end up channeling tonight. We're trying to get this done within the next half hour or so because we have some other commitments. But I want to say this is significant that you understand that anyone who is on the path of seeking truth and ascension, you are a starseed. You are a starseed who is remembering a starseed. No, Maurice, I don't have super chat, and I don't know how. I don't know how to get it. We had it on here like for the last few readings, but we haven't. So y'all, if somebody can tell us how to do the super chat, I haven't been able to get it. But I was gonna say, if y'all want to do a donation, how you would normally do, since we're not on a super chat, just send it to Remnants Gathering at Cash App or under my personal email, which is kham2479@gmail. So I'm not hard to find if you want to send your donation. But I want to finish saying this. Oh, good. Okay, awesome. So it is very important that you understand you are starseed. You are not from here. Okay, we were seeded here to have this experience right now. And for us to be, this takes a lot of courage to walk this path. And so with the Lionsgate portal, what I'm being told, it's even higher than the typical Christ consciousness, which is just 33 degrees. And most Freemasons have already exceeded that, upwards to 99 degrees. However, the 144,000, the frequency of 144 is much higher. And it's based on being in the star seed, your light body being activated, which is in the Bible as well. It's called the quickening. It says that we will receive a glorified body. So from this point forward, just because you are watching this video, that is very divinely orchestrated. And so right now you have, if you picture this, there are 2 roads in front of each of us, and we're all standing at a fork during this portal. Whatever decisions you make and thoughts you choose to let your mind be on, that's going to create a new timeline. So you can create a new timeline right now. Hey, Marquita. You can create a new timeline right now. So what I mean when I say that is, my old life is very different from my life now, because each decision and each thought created a new timeline, a new experience, a new reality. So if it's something you want to change, it's the best time to do it. So we're going to go in with this reading. I'm going to use the crystal deck, but I'm also going to do the path of the soul. And the reason I'm going to do that is because the path of the soul is geometric shapes. Is sacred geometry, and I basically have to read the geometry without even knowing anything about it. It's really difficult to do. You really have to use your intuition, truly be psychic to be able to use those cards and do that. They are not easy at all. So it took me a while. I had to leave the cards on the altar with Yemiya for a little while before I use them, you know. So let's see. Maurice, you need some financial help. So we're going to ask about all of that. We're going to ask about finances. Glad you mentioned that. We're going to ask about relationships. And we're going to ask about, oh, thank you. That's so sweet. No, I don't. It's just something I do because I just like to do it. I like to do it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So since you asked, we're going to do the very first one.
Don't.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you don't need 8 G.I. Joes and 4 tank, what is it called? Tonka trucks.
Oh, yeah.
And as a kid, you're like, no, I need every one of them.
Right.
And so being a woman is really fun because you get to do so many different things with yourself. But I still try not to go overboard. Like I see a lot of people just go too far. So, okay. Extraterrestrial, don't let that throw y'all off. Because it's not just my guides, my typical guides. I've really been feeling my galactic ancestors coming through strongly. Okay. Strongly. I want to make sure these are nice and mixed up, y'all. So I'm doing something really different than what I normally do. But usually when you do something different, you get a beautiful outcome. First card. So you asked about finances. The first card that comes up is the moonstone. Such a beautiful stone. Look at that. And it represents the cycles. This card came up once before. What this card is saying, try to focus less on the things that you are lacking in this cycle and shift the focus to the things that you do have. So if you are lacking financially, but you got a roof over your head, choose to put all your gratitude into having that shelter. Every time it rains outside, be like, I'm so thankful that I got a roof over my head. Every time you walk outside and it's 90-something degrees and you can turn around and walk in a house and be in air, just switch from the lack of what I don't have. It might not be no food in the refrigerator, but it's a roof over my head and we got AC.
That's right.
So recognize that it's just cycles. It's just cycles.
Gratitude.
So gratitude is your seed offering for your harvest. Because in the 5D, in the higher, the new earth we're creating, it's not going to come by the sweat of the brow anymore and tilling the soil how it did in the Old Testament. It's going to come from the heart being open. And so recognize that everything is a cycle, simply a cycle, nothing else. There's a time to sow and there's a time to reap. This time right here, entering into this portal, we are reaping some of the things that we did from the soul work throughout the year and last year, but we're also getting the opportunity to sow seeds, okay? So that's beautiful, cycles. Recognize that it's cycles, like your billing cycle. Cycles. It's not permanent. Whatever it is that you lack and that you need, that you don't have right now, tell yourself over and over again, this is not permanent.
That's right.
This is temporary, and it's just a cycle.
Like what we used to call seasons.
That's right. So, Crystal Divas, we come seeking guidance, seeking divine guidance under this 8-8 portal. Thank you for the message on the finances.
Thank you.
What is important? Speak to us. This 144,000 is Christ consciousness. We've been hearing about this and hearing about this so much. What does this really mean? If the consciousness of the light body being activated, and the fact that we're getting hit with ray 1 and ray 2, the solar sun and the sun within, what about this is significant? The 144,000, how is all of it connected? What can we do with all of that information? So much information is just being put out right now, and it makes it hard to kind of know what it is you need to be focused on. So I think the question is in relation to the ascension, receiving our light bodies, activating those light bodies, receiving our psychic abilities, receiving all of the things that we should have, but because the system was patriarchal, because the system was a system of logic, left brain system and not right brain, a lot of us star seeds like us, those looking for the truth, we have needs that are not being met. So what is important for us to know right now, to place our focus, shift our concerns in our first emerald, compassion. Compassion. I just said the 5D and higher realms will operate from the heart. Compassion. Ain't that beautiful? Compassion. That's so pretty. Compassion. I was going to put Kuan Yin in the setting today. Kuan Yin is a goddess of compassion. And yeah, that's why you're being challenged. We're being challenged to be compassionate to each other and to ourselves.
That's right.
Because Ernest was not compassionate to me, and you can share that story. It's your story.
Yes, I was not compassionate. Oh, she caught me off guard with that one. But yeah, we just doing the shadow work and really not being mindful of the ways in which I can be an asshole, the ways in which I can be arrogant, the ways I can be selfish sometimes. It's not super extreme, but it's important because it's not aligned with the frequency and vibration that we trying to be on. And so I'm so grateful for the twin flame dynamic, because it's like looking in the mirror, having an partner, having a empath like Cam, where she's able to get so many visions and so many dreams, and she can see things coming. It's a help to me, and so
It don't feel like it in the moment, do it?
It don't feel like it in the moment.
Yeah,
we had a conversation the other night, and it took me probably about 45 minutes to.
Whole minutes. 45.
It took 45 minutes for me to get to the place to where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's right.
Thank you,
I did not recognize that I was being resistant. I did not recognize that I just wasn't being real and wanting to accept the reality and the facts of the situation. And so she was patient enough with me. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish. She was patient enough with me, but it's those instances that occur that helps us both, but it really helps me. It helps her because she's having to continually be patient and show compassion. And that's what just came forth. The
So
fact
know
that
that you're going to be tried.
you're gonna be tried.
If you don't even have your twin flame reunion right now, like in a physical, that's cool too. Because the beautiful part about it is being a part of all of this is that the ascended masters and the energies that exist in much higher dimensions than us, a lot of them that are assisting us, whether we know they are or not, the good part about it, they orchestrate your path to have certain synchronicities and things, point to things to help you understand what's going on. Peace, Mariah G.
Peace.
And so I just wanted to
kid.
say, Alex, I'm gonna touch on that, but you asked a great question at a great time, and the 2 cards I pulled is so exciting. I can't wait to tell y'all what I just pulled. But Alex, if you walked out and saw Aries and you saw 5, I was just gonna say 5 represents grace. And that's very, very important about the number 5. That happens to be my life path number as well. And so that sign was where right now the people who operate out of love, out of compassion, out of grace, forgiveness, being non-judgmental, that's who the universe is aligning itself to give itself to. You know, so it's kind of like in the Avatar movie, that planet knew that the people that were there were the people that belonged there because their vibration was the same as that of the planet. But when someone of lower vibration from a different planet came into the equation, all they saw was how they could use the planet and strip it of its raw materials. And that is a depiction of what has actually happened with Africa here on Earth and a lot of other places.
That's right.
So that's significant. You saw that the number 5 in the Aries points to, because this the Leo is another fire sign. And so one thing about fire purifies. You know what I'm saying? Fire purifies, and we're going through a purification. All of us, we got to get our heart realigned.
Yes, the refining process.
We've been riding on them wheels, and them sun's about to come off. You know how you ain't had alignment in a real long time? Yeah.
But
So I hope that answers it. You've been seeing 5 a lot lately too? Yeah, me too.
like that right there, that's.
Yeah, this is gonna say it all. Now, it's weird because my guys is like, pull it from the top of the deck and then pull it from the bottom, because I don't do particular layouts based on people's books and stuff. I just go by intuition. Look what came up, y'all.
Wow.
Rhodochrosite and pink tourmaline. This was on the bottom and this was on the top. And if y'all remember, this acceptance card came up in the last reading that I posted, that I did for the Lionsgate portal.
That's right.
And it came through again.
Yep.
This is all about acceptance. This energy is all about forgiveness and acceptance. What are you accepting? Well, we don't know how to accept really nothing. We don't know how to accept the truth.
Right.
We don't know how to accept help because we've been just so programmed in this 3D way of thinking. Acceptance. Even the Galactic Council right now is saying, tell them it's not weird if you believe in star seeds and ETs. It's ignorant to not believe in it. What do you think seeded Earth? There were civilizations prior to Earth, right? And so, yes, acceptance, acceptance of the strange, acceptance of the transcendental, acceptance of your flaws. Those of you who are too prideful to accept help, or sometimes when you don't want to let people see your flaws, it's because you're too prideful. So I can't let you see me flawed. The battle being Ernest had the other night was a manifestation of all of this. Like for real, that when I deflection, projection, he had all the weapons of self-destruction going on. It was a lesson.
Yeah.
So this is so beautiful, acceptance. But look at the other one that came up. Top and bottom, forgiveness, pink tourmaline. Ain't that beautiful? Look at that, pink tourmaline. Y'all, remember the last reading and forgiveness came up, and we went through the whole forgiveness visualization, meditation.
Yep.
And I said, it came up again. You just can't make this stuff up.
Right.
This is the way. Remember, I pulled the emerald card for compassion. Everything that is coming up is for us to work on self-acceptance, self-love, forgiveness, compassion for self, forgiving the self. This ain't even about people. A lot of us got chips on our backs about ourselves and our own downfalls and disappointments. So I want to encourage you and tell you, and pink is a very spiritual, metaphysical color. That's why the palms of our hands are pinkish, and the soles of our feet. And so you have very powerful chakras in the hands. So that's significant. The color significant is also pink. Beyonce opened up her Spirit video for Lion King that just got released. That's no coincidence either, y'all. Everything lines up when you know what you're looking for. But pink is significant because it represents the divine feminine as well. It represents the yoni. And so who is more capable of compassion and expressing forgiveness and acceptance? Usually the woman, because we have been equipped to carry life. It's usually the woman.
Yep.
And so the healing is going to come through the divine feminine. So just know that the stuff that you just been having a hard times trying to shed, it literally right now is being shed off of us.
That's right.
If you just let go. If you just surrender.
You have to accept it.
You do. You have to accept it, whatever it is.
I gotta accept it. I had to accept it. Yeah.
Whoever have walked out of your life, accept it. Okay? When you create a new timeline for yourself, when you're not going in the same direction you were, expect people to disappear from your life. Okay? So this is the rapture. The rapture is not physical bodies being taken away from earth. The rapture is people being taken away from your reality, from your world.
Yeah.
So we're experiencing an ascension and we're finding each other as a soul tribe. But as that is happening, all of us are having people purged from our life. We're not even really having to do much of anything
It's just
because it's
happening
divinely orchestrated.
Yep.
I'm glad you're getting confirmation, Goddess KK.
Yeah.
I try not to be arrogant, but I will say that the gifts that I have been given are very accurate, have always been accurate. Even when I was practicing religion, a lot of those prophecies did come true.
You're not arrogant. You're not arrogant. You ain't got no arrogance.
I just don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I'm kind of tooting it because I've been given it and I'm happy and I'm grateful and I'm thankful.
Yeah.
But again,
You go through too much to be arrogant.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, I go through a lot. Y'all don't get to see the half. My heart feels so warm right now. I don't know if y'all can feel that warmness, but the rapture is happening. The separating of the wheat of tares is happening. You are receiving your glorified body. And it's so beautiful that some people, we have to have compassion for the people who are still going to church and to Jesus.
Yeah.
They don't understand that the three kings that's in the Bible that found Jesus are the same 3 stars we're talking about right now in Orion's belt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That the whole purpose in the three kings finding Christ is the Christ consciousness. And so when the alignment of Orion's belt is there, there's a Christ consciousness available to earth, which aligns with the pyramids of Giza. You have Sphinx in front of it. That is the Lionsgate.
Yes.
It's all divinely orchestrated. And so some people are still having to seek externally something to make them feel better. They need the church. They need the rituals of religion to be comforted, to be able to survive life. But for those of us who are being called out of that, be encouraged and know that after we go through this exodus that we are experiencing, and after we work through our issues, our fears, heal the heart to be able to live through the heart and open the heart, then the new earth can really start being manifested. It's being created now.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's being created now. So them people who was purged out of your life, they are like backdrop people now. Dolores Cannon talking about backdrop people. Stop living for other people. If you still living for other people, I love that. I said, hey, Ru, yes. Osiris, Isis, and Horus, even Jesus, Mary. Because the link that we shared, it talked about that.
Yeah,
that's the divine masculine and feminine.
Exactly. Yeah, it said that the first set of avatars, Syrian avatars, was of course Isis and Osiris, and the second set of avatars of that divine feminine and divine masculine set was Jesus and Mary Magdalene. But it's a good read though, y'all. It's definitely a good read.
Yeah,
y'all follow that
it.
link. Definitely follow that link.
Some put my good old crystal tarots up because my Starseed family, my Galactic Federation is coming through right now, and they want to bring a message to you all. This was not pre-planned. I never know where this is going to go until we get started. But they're saying, do a Starseed message directly from us to those of you on Earth, because some of y'all still don't know that we exist. Some of y'all are afraid to acknowledge that we exist. It's still a little too out there to believe that beings in a different light spectrum Could be watchers kind of watching over you, overseeing the life path and the journey that you're on. They're like, it's not far-fetched, it's not weird, and I believe that they are ready to receive this information. Nikki, if you don't see the link to the article in the description box under here, when we process it, it should show up if that's what's happening. And the part that he read, we put it in description as well. Hey, Miss Candace, how do you get the powers as strong as mine? Practice, practice, practice. Definitely a lot of practice. Just being intuitive about everything. Use your gifts. Every chance that you get, use your gifts. You could be just sitting outside on the porch, try to listen to the trees. Sounds crazy at first. You're like, oh, I'm gonna try that. And you're just sitting there listening, and then one day you actually hear the tree speak. You're like, yo.
What was that when we was coming back from out of town one time, y'all? We stopped. We got pictures of us hugging trees.
Yeah, we sure did. We did it right by the highway too. We wanted to make sure. You know, when you start finding your authentic self, it's like you just so happy. You don't care who see.
It happened because we realized that we have to give gratitude to the trees.
Yeah.
You know, they've been around far longer than anything, and
they just stand still.
And they provide what, shade? I mean, you name it, protection. Yeah, think about how much is produced from the tree sources. So, you know, definitely
okay,
give gratitude.
I know. If you come up again, I'll show them to you. Okay, so 2 cards initially jumped out. I'm gonna read these 2 cards to y'all. This, again, this portion will be a message for star seeds from your galactic family. Somebody in here must kind of been wanting to know about this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in here must have been like, what am I Arcturian? Am I from Sirius A, Sirius B? Am I the lion people? Do I resonate with the mantis people? There's so many different, every animal that is on this earth came from another form of life force or being in another dimension. Okay? So it's not strange to think feline beings, which is what the beings that came from Sirius B, who a lot of us are our ancestors, descendants of, and they're our ancestors.
Right.
Now, I met one of my galactic cousins in a meditation. His name is L-U-I. And L-U-I first came to me in a meditation, and he was helping me to remove some implants that had been put in my back. And at this point, I was still new. I knew the word starseed. I knew I was an indigo child, but I didn't know that we had cousins out in the galaxy still who aren't here right now. But anyway, so L-U-I is definitely present, and he's really happy about this. And the first card that I pulled was this card right here, and just look at that and just see. For those of you who want to practice your psychic abilities, this is the opportunity for you to do that now, just by looking at this and see what you feel. Oh, sounds good, Alex. Please do. Look at what you feel now. Initially, when I saw this, I saw an eye. I also saw lightsabers, like the ones from Star Wars. That was the first thing, y'all. I'm no different than anybody. Everybody's psychic abilities right now is being activated. So if you've been wanting to be able to operate in your psychic self, right now is the time to do it. Look at this card and just see what you feel. Trust what you feel. If you are in doubt about whatever comes to your mind, then you're not going to be able to be intuitive, because it's all about allowing the heart to lead and being non-judgmental to whatever the heart is speaking. Okay? Now, what I feel from this card is that we're at a 0 point. You know, when there's 0 point gravity, you kind of float. And I see the 144,000, the activation of certain genetic codes, certain vibrations and energies that are necessary, that need to be anchored here so the earth can actually begin terraforming itself, re-terraforming itself. And what I feel from this is that we're at a 0 point right now. We got a lot of air operating and moving and circulating. Our light bodies are being activated right now. And so that's what this card is. Also the color purple, which is the crown chakra. So it would be good tonight to do a crown chakra meditation. If not a heart meditation, definitely. And then this card is also telling me to purge fear by focusing, practice using your third eye or your first eye to discern situations. So ladies and guys too, sometimes when I look at myself in the mirror, I have to practice seeing my goddess self, my soul, and not seeing the vehicle. So practice seeing the vehicle. Sometimes when I'm dealing with him, I try to just only, when we soul gaze, we're just looking at each other's soul. You allow the physical to completely dissolve itself. Okay? And so I'm being told that this is something that we need to be practicing, all of us. And you will get activation in your psychic abilities will increase. So card number 26, let's see what they have in here. Card number 26. Card number 26, first of all, I didn't know this. This is the third eye card, according to the book. The third eye rules psychic abilities and clairvoyance. Although every human is born with the ability to see beyond the known, it does not mean they always access it. Your intuitive gifts and abilities are very strong. When this card appears, it is because you are ready to move to the next level in the development of your inner seeing. Intuitive development is important for your growth at this time. Didn't I just say that? Y'all, I've never read this book. Is brand new. I never read this before. So at this time, intuitive development is important for your growth. Expanding your gifts not only benefits you, but also aids those who need the guidance and support you can provide from source. Wow. That's profound. I didn't have to do. I mean, I really even need the book, but it's just good to have that clarification.
That's right.
Okay. So the next card that came up was number 44, and look at that sacred geometry on there. Now, I know some of y'all already see something because I said that this message, these would be messages for star seeds from the ETs, the Galactic Federation, the Galactic Council. Let me explain that. While I'm showing y'all this, let me explain it to you. Okay? Oh yeah, the name of the deck, Nikki, is Path of the Soul. Yeah, Path of the Soul is a really good deck.
Destiny.
And it's good because it does help you sharpen your psychic gifts. But I was going to say, when I see this, I see Black Madonna. I see a primordial divine feminine energy. I see the colors of Oshun, which are the colors of love. I see these tiny spears, and to me, those spears represent consciousness levels in different dimensions. I also see where the sun is shining and where it isn't, light and darkness. I see the duality, okay? But it's harmonious. It's very harmonious. You feel harmony when you see this. So what this is saying to me is that we are learning how to integrate ourselves better. But let me go back. My guides say, explain to them a brief synopsis of creation, the true creation. The true creation story is, some people call them Enki and Enlil, okay? The primordial mom. Some call them the dragon mother, primordial mother. Okay, so these beings created humanity, but humanity began to not want to work anymore and work the mines because we were mining gold to help preserve their planet, right? And so Enki and Enlil, one was kind of rebellious and one wasn't. This is where the Cain and Abel story and a lot of stories you hear about come from. And so basically, Enlil ended up, if I'm not mistaken, it was Enlil who wanted things to stay like they were, but Enki wanted to cohabitate with the women on Earth, okay? And what happened, Robert Morning Sky does a breakdown of this, and also Dr. Dan Winter does a breakdown of this if you're interested in knowing more about this creation story. With all of that being said, Earth began being seeded by different beings from different galaxies, and that's why we have the array of life forms on Earth. It's very abundant. It's almost infinite. I see a new animal or insect every day, and I'm like, what is this? I don't remember where is this coming from. So animals from other dimensions are coming here. But let me go back to what I was saying. If you don't know anything about your star seed, your galactic council, your galactic family, what we call UFOs, spaceships that are out there, we're being watched over. The Arcturians are here helping us with health issues and to be able to heal. I work with the Arcturians, and I've done meditations with them, and it really does make a difference. And if you're interested in that meditation, it's in the playlist called Relax, Visualize, and Meditate. And I think it's in part 2 of the playlist, okay? But I want to say to you, this Lionsgate portal is going to give you the courage and the ability to receive information you could not process before today. So today, from this point forward, you'll be able to process the understanding of star seeds, ETs, and you will begin even figuring out where you come from. But know that we are multi-dimensional. So there's a part of your life that could have came from Sirius B, but there's also another multi-dimensional part of your soul's incarnation that could have came from the Pleiades. So don't close yourself off into one thing. So we were like, we're the Lion Tribe of Judah. We're the Lion Tribe of Judah when we first started studying and learning that. But don't close yourself off because you're multi-dimensional. A white person could be the Lion of the Tribe of Judah descendant as well, who incarnated into a white vehicle. You know, we incarnated to learn different lessons.
That's right.
That's what I'm being guided to tell you all. Okay, what does the book say about this card? Can't wait.
Woo.
I'm gonna let you read it.
Yeah. I was over here like, are you? No, I know. I have to be like this sometimes. Like, are you serious? Yeah. But it says the birth of angels. You are surrounded with the loving support of the angelic realm. You play an important role on Earth in uplifting the consciousness of the planet. The angels are here with you to help in every way they can. Remember, you have not been abandoned here. You are not alone on this journey.
Did not say that.
Yep. Your gifts are very special and very needed. These divine beings are here with you to aid you in becoming fully who you are truly meant to be. Now, you will see your path opening more than ever before your eyes.
Do y'all see that? Did y'all hear that? I literally, that's everything that I was saying before I pulled a card.
Yeah, I see the black angelic.
Amazing.
That's like a halo. That's the face, and that's a part of the body. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Shadow aspects regarding interference, lower dimensional entities, and I just want to say too, the number 7 is associated with this particular alignment, planetary alignment. Because it's associated with Isis, Osiris, Horus, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. And if you go back to that article, it's going to speak about the number 7 being connected to this alignment as well. So it's just no coincidence that it's 16 people in here. 1 plus 6 is 7. And then we have $7 in donations. So I just wanted to point out the 7 sevens.
That's a 7.
I love the synchronicities.
Yep.
And right before I got on here, I took a screenshot of it because I wanted y'all to see it, but I don't know how to do it while we're on YouTube without cutting it off. But the screenshot was of 777. It was something that had 77 views, 7 likes, and 7 comments. And I just smiled literally right before we started. And I was like, okay, thank you. That's the guides. Let me know. We with you. We got you. We in this reading.
Yep.
So yes. Oh, thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.
You are angelic as well. You know, you wouldn't even resonate with us if you wasn't.
That's right.
Our family and old friends and stuff, they do not vibe with this new us. You hear me? They like, we love y'all, but we don't know what's going.
Who is that?
ETs and what? You came from Sirius B. Are you serious?
Right. But you know what I'm saying? They'd have to learn us all over again.
Yeah.
Because we're not those old selves.
Yeah. So, y'all, just know that the 3D matrix has trained us to think that people who don't believe the same thing continually is because their faith is weak.
Yeah.
And it says that like your faith is shipwrecked, and they're double-minded. And actually knows just when you're constantly changing in your spiritual beliefs, it don't mean that you're weak. It just means that you're strong enough to go through the transformation, and transformation is painful, and that's why being werewolves is really significant and stuff like that, because it's about transformation. It hurts to transform. I don't even know what question to ask, except to everybody here, and especially the ones who don't know anything about their galactic ancestry. What is important for us to know? I pulled card number 22. I've never seen this card before. I'm gonna let y'all look at it and see what you see and feel from the image.
Something with two, but it's centered.
Yes, centered.
It comes from the core.
It's balanced. The first thing that I noticed is the shape of the magnetic field of Earth right here in the center. If the Earth was split open, this is what it would look like. I also see two pillars at the top of here and a gateway. And I see what looks like it could be a sword, but it also could be an angel. This is what I see and feel. I also see and feel an entity in this picture. That's why they wanted me to use these cards, because they was like, nobody has made, not that I know of, a deck of cards where we can speak. But these cards, because of the sacred geometry, allows you to be able to see our form and what we choose to physically manifest ourselves as. And that's why they wanted me to use these, because with these cards, I can see ET energy in these cards. So
can I show it again? Can y'all see this? Look at it real close. It's a lot of, I know you got a glare. Got the glare from the phone, but can y'all see those? Yeah.
What is it you point out?
Just like the bottom. You see that?
Yeah. It's several.
It look like.
Let me see what I can feel from that. It's several. I don't know why I'm hearing Lord of the Flies. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I'm hearing Lord of the Flies. So whatever that connection is, it'll come. But this is drawing my attention. This is drawing my attention to the heart. Y'all, go to the heart. Breath is what feeds the light body, okay? And the more your heart is open, the more light you can take in. So work on your breathing. Something so simple, yet it seems to be so complicated when you want to try to actually start practicing this. So focus on increasing the chi and the prana within your body so that your light body can activate. So card number 22. Look, oh my goodness. Cosmos of the heart. What? I had never seen this card, and I said I feel like it's drawing my attention to the core of my heart and the cosmos. Oh my goodness. Okay. You are now being called to embark on a new path in your journey. I dare to even say in your bloodline. In thousands of years, we are the first to come out of what the 3D matrix told us was spirituality. It says this is an inner path. It is the path of your heart. It is here where you are discovering your greatest strength of all, that deep connection to your higher self and inner guidance. Others may be surprised by your choices. Surprise ain't the word. They may even react strongly to them, but do not allow this to stop you. Send those individuals loving energy and continue on letting your heart direct the way. Take note of the synchronistic events occurring around you as life unfolds in its own divine way. That's so beautiful.
I think they answered the one of the questions too.
That's good. That's good. Man. Okay, so the second card that came up was card number 3. Look at that. And it good, right? Look at that. Ain't that beautiful? I don't know what this make y'all feel, But when I see this card, can y'all see it was a movie where these divine beings were standing in a circle looking down? That's what I see when I see this. Look at that. So you can see these galactic beings, this galactic council watching over humanity. There has to be systems and things in place, y'all, so that we don't annihilate ourselves before the ascension takes place. Can y'all feel those beings? You are not alone. These beings are very benevolent. Okay? You if you notice, the sun is right in the middle of them, right? So you can be vulnerable now. You don't have to guard your own heart anymore. Call upon your divine help and guidance, whether you know exactly who they are or not. It took a while before I started getting names. Earth Mother in the middle, that's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. But we have this divine protection. The number 3 represents Trinity. And remember Orion's belt, the 3 stars, the 3 kings, right? The representations all throughout history. And 3 came up. You just can't rig this. If you can, I can't. But let's see what the book says about the number 3. This card is communicating messages, like ET messages. It's okay to start looking into that now, y'all. Y'all, it's stuff that you probably would laugh at not long ago. It's gonna resonate with you, and you're gonna be like, "Dang, yeah, I do believe I seen the Arcturian ship." Well, how you know it's an Arcturian ship? I don't know. It's just this feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like this finna start happening. There we go. Awakening. This card represents awakening. I just said that. The card expresses creative energy and self-empowerment. It signifies a deeper inner awakening to previously unseen inner abilities, powers, and gifts. That's what this is all about. There's a strong spiritual and creative force rising within you. Rise to the call. Feel your own strength and utilize the many gifts that you possess. Empower others with your strong leadership qualities and ability to find creative solutions. Allow yourself to shine. It is time to share your strengths and gifts with the world. So, with this awakening card, these beings watching over us, let me see, how many is in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 10. 10 right there. But even outside of that, could be more. You know how that goes. What's the temple painting that Da Vinci did? It's painted like on top of, I know in the White House, it's up top. I see, when I see this, I see those chapels. Yeah, Sistine Chapel, that painting. I don't know why I feel that and see that. But I also want to say too, this color is the root chakra, y'all. So we definitely need to not leave out the root chakra. Sometimes when you start coming into the awakening, you think that balancing the root chakra isn't important because you feel like a lot of bad things come from the root chakra. You know that advertising is directed to the root chakra. Let's not neglect the root chakra when we're trying to open our heart chakra and working on our crown chakra, because we want to be able to receive light codes and downloads and be connected to the cosmic force that is present. Don't forget about your root chakra, because the root chakra is what's going to help ground you, not anchor you, but ground you. When you are grounded, you're more like a tree and you're standing still because that's where you choose to be. And you have your roots in places where you can continue to grow without having to move from that location. But something that anchors you is done synthetically, and something else puts you there and you're stuck there. So it's a very big difference between being anchored and being grounded. And so let's walk barefoot. Whether you're going to the beach and in the sand, if you don't have any of that, just laying down on the earth or on the floor and just visualizing in your mind daughter earth like holding you, okay? Trusting the laws of the universe to continue to work on your behalf for your awakening. Your root chakra would no longer be abused. They said that we oversee the root chakra. There we go. There you go. This is who oversees the root chakra, the energy. That's a lot of energy to oversee. 7 billion people, that's a lot of energy to oversee. So they are overseeing the soul and what's happening, and they're like, look, we're watching over you. We're standing guard. We're standing guard. So we are being given the green light to go and start making some decisions, maybe that you've been holding off on making. The sign of Leo offers us courage, so this is a great time for something that may be risky. It could be risking. It could be somebody just curious about, interested in meeting or getting to know. You hadn't said nothing, and you probably go buy a coffee, and they work there every morning. Like, this is the time now to start following some of the urges and some of the things that the synchronicities are pointing to you. Okay. Oh, Nikki, you just had deja vu. That's wonderful. You know, and I want to say too, whenever you have deja vu is the way the galactic force and all of the benevolent beings that are assisting us, that's how they let us know that we are going on track. We're not off the timeline. So when you have deja vu, it's because you are finally doing exactly what you planned for your soul to do before you incarnated into a physical body. That is the cause of deja vu. Know that whenever you have it, is to let you know you're on track. But also ask yourself, what happened right after this? Was it something that was bad, or was it something that was good?
Right.
And by doing that, you are able to stay in control of your timeline, to stay in control of your life path, to stay in control of your reality. So if it was something that bad that came after this, then you want to rewrite that. Okay? All right, y'all. So this was beautiful. And again, thank y'all so much for just sharing in this with us. This is such a wonderful journey. Talk to your galactic folks. Tell them, I would like to know more about you, or I would like to know more about where I'm from. Okay? It is open for that to happen. Okay? And be thankful for the people who were purged out of your life, because now you can more comfortably be who you are and be who are you becoming. Okay? And so, yes, I hope this spoke to you all.
I got one.
Okay.
I did notice, and it's something that we had to adjust, but in accepting, you know, in dealing with our family members who are narcissistic, what advice would you give? What advice would you give? And how to manage that those relationships.
You don't.
And what's the cutoff?
Yeah, we don't have to. We don't have to manage anything. Okay? Just acceptance, love, forgiveness, walking in the heart, the ways of the heart. You won't have to do anything. Your energy will do it for you. And if your energy is not a vibrational match for certain people, they're just not going to remain active in your life. Right. So you don't really have to do anything but be true to who you are and where you are becoming. As you do that, you will invite people into your life experience who align with you. Okay? So I enjoyed this with you all. And yes, please email me. Definitely. Okay, that sounds good. So if y'all want to read anything, just email us.
Yeah, it's rimlessgathering@gmail.com.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. Yeah. Y'all get some rest too.
Get some sleep. Yeah.